so much better compared to other anime fighting. So I may have lied. Now, this video is basically just me talking about whether or not I think Sparking Zero was worth it, because I personally spent over, was it over? No, I spent $100 to get Sparking Zero early and to get the deluxe edition. Now, my other friends, I don't think they did that. So, because I asked myself, and I look at myself, and I think of when I play the game, and I think of, oh my gosh, like, look at the old video where I was glazing the game like there was no tomorrow, and I was like, it's gonna be the greatest Dragon Ball Z fighting game. It's gonna be the greatest anime fighting game. It's gonna be the greatest 3D fighting game. And I look when I not even taking other people's incidents into account, just from my own experience, my answer is no. I don't think the game was worth $100 personally. Now, reasoning for that is many different things. Now, Sauce has made a video about the problems in Sparking Zero, and I think that video does a good, explanation of what the issues are. But basically, that is the reasoning why I think giving it a 7 out of 10 like IGN did is perfectly fine, and I actually agree with it. Because, listen, when I play the game and I go into a ranked match and it's randomized on whether or not I will be able to use both my supers or not, that just makes me look at the game and say, okay, man, what's going on? Like, you've seen it in all of my videos about Sparking Zero where I'm playing the game, where I won't be able to do supers anymore, and it actually impacts my gameplay so much more. Like, the others, it may not be that crazy, but to me, the fact that one of my controls is basically gone, and it's not my controller's fault, but actually the actual game's fault, and I know my friend Asian has the same problem, so I know it's not just me. And it's just like, I look at that and I'm like, this is such a small thing, but it impacts the gameplay so much more. And I think that's just really, I just think that's annoying for me, personally. Another problem I find with the game is the lock-on system, where we have people on TikTok and Twitter posting that they literally can Sonic sway backwards even though they're not locked on. And I can be looking at my opponent dead in the eyes. I can be dead in the eyes, I can see the opponent and the opponent can see me, but I'm still not locked on. I just think maybe trying to fix that would probably be better. Because even in Budokai Tenkaichi 3, when you locked onto someone, even if you were far away, as long as the camera looked to it, you would definitely be able to see the person and lock onto them. But in this game, you can see the person, and maybe it's because of just how big maps are and how like crazy the graphics are that you're not able to actually lock on. But it just makes the game so much more annoying, because it's like, okay, well, I'm looking at you, and now main problems is that it's like that in ranked on a bunch of different places. That's what I agree with it when IGN says 7 out of 10. Other stuff, for example, I've seen people talk about how the game is maybe too hard. I personally don't agree with that. I don't think the game is too hard, like the story mode and such. I think people are talking about the customization, which I can understand for a game that's $60, $70 slash $100 if you pre-ordered it, and then now it was like, oh well, I'm not even, like, we don't even have End of Z Goku, which is kind of crazy to me personally. But I mean, it's annoying, but it's not something that brings the game score down. It's mainly the things like gameplay that makes me like, what the hell? Also, the fact that a lot of the controls and a lot of the settings and training methods are really wonky and don't really make sense, and they're not explained to you at all. And I know some people, they're like, bro, just play the game and you'll get it. The fact that there's so many games out there that teach you how to beam struggle, the most randomest, and like should be one of the most simplest things in the game to do, that we need tutorials for it, just goes to show just how crazy it is that the tutorial in the game is just not that good. And I think when I first played the game, I'm pretty sure in my first video I said, oh, there's going to be a day 0 patch or a day 1 patch. There's no day 1 patch. So maybe with DLC coming up, they'll fix a lot of the issues. But from what I've seen, from the game I've played, from all the things that I've seen on Twitter, I've seen on TikTok, and a lot of the stuff's funny. Like Sonic swaying backwards, I think that's pretty funny. But if that happened to me in a game, I'm punching my monitor so hard that I'm never going to be able to stream or record ever again. Because I just think that's crazy that you're not even locked onto me and that you're able to dodge me. And the fact that sometimes you're not even locked onto someone and then they're able to punch forward and still hit you. Or sometimes when you're locked onto them and you punch them and it doesn't connect. There's just so many problems with the game when it comes to online. And I think out of everything, that should have been handled so well. Because I don't think Bandai is not stupid. They knew for a fact the main thing that people came to this game for was online, to play with your friends. While some people do care about the story, some people do care about costumes, some people do care about, the different modes and options. More than anything else, I think the thing they knew, and if they didn't know, that's a little crazy. But the thing they knew was that online was going to be their key players. Their key players are all going to be online. They're all going to be playing online. They're going to be playing games. And the fact that there's like 4 different things that like make it almost impossible to play. If you're hit with an ultimate and you don't lock on, that could be your game right there. Just because you don't lock on. Even if you see them and you don't lock on, like that's your game. Your game could be cost because when you do your combos, you rely on Kamehamehas or you rely on your normal triangle button to do attacks, and it just won't do it. And it's not your fault. It's the game's fault. Like the fact that, example, I play GT Goku. Okay? Super Saiyan GT Goku, right? And his normal triangle is Kamehameha, and his like up triangle, because I play classic mode, his up triangle is Super Energy Blast Volley, right? So when I knock an opponent down, shooting Kamehameha and holding it whilst they're knocked down just does way more damage, but I can't do that sometimes because it's randomized to where if I fight a person that's classic, I'll be fine. But majority of people are playing modern. So majority of the time when I'm online, I'm not gonna be able to do that. So that takes away it takes away my whole like kit. It could take away a whole combo or a bunch of my combos just because of the gameplay. And I think that should have been something that was fixed day one. I think when people pre-ordered the game and got the game, I think they should have fixed that day one. But they didn't. So I guess it is what it is then. That's my biggest gripe with it, along with the lock-on system. The lock-on system really is something that needs to be worked on. And like I said, if Bandai is going to make a patch at the first DLC or whenever, okay, then we can rank the game back up. We can take it back. But I'm looking at past Trail Snow. I'm looking at the video, him talking about it's the greatest ever. It's going to be better than Storm. Nah. I'd rather sit down and play Raging Blast 2 again than touch this game. I haven't touched the game in about 3-4 days simply because of how much it pissed me off. And it's just, I want to like the game. I think it's fun outside of the things that, piss me off. For example, some combos also not happening. You're able to Z vanish until, nigh infinity. There's a bunch of other small issues that are in the game that I have problems with, but not enough, not more than the other problems I dealt with, because Z vanishing is like, okay, that's annoying still, but I think I much rather would they fix the lock-on system as well as the super attacks compared to the Z vanishing thing. I think that's more important, because Z vanishing, it can be annoying, but sometimes it only happens in select matches, whereas the super move, that can happen just anytime. It just depends on who you're fighting for both, but the Z vanish is a lot less important to me personally. And guys, that's why as of right now, as we're speaking, I don't think Sparking Zero was worth it. I don't think the $100 I spent was worth it. I'm grateful that I'm able to do videos about Sparking Zero. Before people go in the comments talking about he's a fake Dragon Ball Z fan. They put their meat into this game. Like, how can you say that? I was glazing the game before it even came out. The title of the video is Dragon Ball Z Sparking Zero is going to be the greatest anime game ever. So what are you talking about? I'm saying this as a person who's experienced the game, and it's been 2 weeks now. I've experienced the game, and I've played the game. So for the people in the comments who are about to say, I don't care for Dragon Ball Z, it's like, I'm just a Dragon Ball Z hater, go watch that video again and see if I'm a Dragon Ball Z hater. Because I was just talking about that game nonstop without even playing the game yet. And even when I was playing the game, I was still glazing it. So now that I've actually played the game and I've, sieged through my thoughts and I've talked to friends about it and I've seen different clips, I can confidently say the game deserves a 7 out of 10. And with that, guys, that's it for today's video. If you guys want me to do more Sparking Zero content, despite the fact that it's pissing me off, leave a like, subscribe, comment down below, and let me know down below what problems you guys have. And with that, guys, I'm going to see you guys later. Goodbye.